Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Living with Simply Mercy B. Today we are in the kitchen and we are having fun times. We're going to turn this beautiful apple pie into this delectable apple cobbler. Fun times in the kitchen. Let's get into it. Guys, this is an amazing apple pie. Even though there was a hiccup in the kitchen, this is still an amazing apple pie. So I started by peeling, slicing, and dicing some apples. And to keep my flavors all nice and bold, I added some apple juice to my apples, as well as some white granulated sugar and some brown sugar. Toss everything together just to mix it up, and then we're going to go ahead. Ooh, look how beautiful that juice looks. Now we're going to go ahead and spice things up by adding some cinnamon and nutmeg, a pinch of salt, and mix again. Once we get all that mixed up, we're going to take it to the stove and we're going to cook it and let our apples get nice and tender. I have a store-bought pie crust here, and I'm just going to vent my pie crust by punching some holes in there, and I'm going to blind bake this on 350 for about 8 minutes. For the top layer of the crust, I'm going to use a rolled pie crust. All the work has been done for us. All we have to do is roll it out. But we're going to elevate those flavors by adding just a little bit of butter to that crust, just for an added surprise. So I just take a few pinches of butter and I'm just going to rub it around on my pie crust, and this is going to elevate our crust. Our apples has gotten tender. Now I'm just taking some more apple juice and some cornstarch, and I'm going to mix those together and add it to my pot. My apples are done, so now I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to get that all mixed in. Followed by some butter. We're just going to take our butter and add it to the pot and let the heat of the apples melt our butter. I have a deep dish pie crust, and I clearly do not have enough apples to accommodate my deep dish pie crust. Therefore, I had some apple pie filling on hand. We're going to use some apple pie filling to add to our apples. While our apples are cooling and the butter is melting, I'm going to take my apple pie filling and I'm going to chop my apples up so that all of our apples are the same size and everything cooks evenly. We're going to add our apple pie filling to our already cooked apples, and we're going to get it all mixed together. I'm going to put in a few splashes of lemon juice and get that all stirred in. And now we're ready to add this to our pie crust. Take a look. Now we're simply going to add our beautiful filling to our pie crust. Now I'm going to add my top crust with the butter side touching the apples. We're going to trim off the excess dough. Make it really pretty by fluting it the best you can. And I find this to be an easy and simple way to flute my pie. We're going to add about 3 slits to our pie so that it can breathe. We're going to take some cream. You can use heavy cream or half and half. Any type cream. We're going to take some cream and brush it all over our pie crust. And we're going to finish that off with some cinnamon sugar. We're going to place our pie on a cookie sheet to prevent spillage. And then we're going to place it into a 400 degrees oven for 30 minutes. Take a look at our pie. It is absolutely beautiful. And this is exactly why you want to use that cookie sheet, to prevent the spillage in your oven. I let my pie cool for about 1 hour. And now we're going to cut into it. It was at this point I knew that it was too much liquid in my pie. Even though it's beautiful, there is too much liquid in it. So guys, I encourage you to stick around for the second half of this video. We're about to turn this too sweet apple pie into something very delectable. Hey guys, I dropped the ball on the apple pie. I mistakenly made it too sweet. And to me, it's not edible. You see all that syrup that's running there? It's much too sweet. I have decided to try to fix this pie. So I'm gonna turn this apple pie into an apple cobbler. Y'all with me? Let's go. Let's put our apple pie right here. I'm gonna start with some butter. I have a pan here. There's nothing in it. I'm gonna melt some butter. Let me get you down. So we're gonna put a whole stick of butter in our pan. I have my oven set at 350 and I'm gonna put this in the oven and let this melt. All right guys, my butter has melted. This is my melted butter. This is 1 stick of melted butter. Now I'm gonna figure this out as I go. I have some self-rising flour here and I'm gonna add 1 cup of self-rising flour to my bowl. So hopefully this can kind of eliminate some of that sweetness and tighten up some of that juice that's in there. So far I have 1 cup of self-rising flour. To our 1 cup of flour, I have some instant vanilla pudding. I still want those flavors to be elevated because I'm trying to eliminate some sugar. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. And that's my stove. My oven is going off. I have it set at 400 to bake this cobbler. Okay. I do apologize that this video is going to be longer than usual. I'm trying to cut down on my time, but we're trying to figure something out right now. And I don't even have a full half a cup of sugar in here. So I would say this is about 1/3. So we've got 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Normally I would do 1 cup of self-rising flour, 1 cup of sugar. Not today. All right, we have to put some spices in there. I'm not going to measure these spices. I'm going to measure with my heart. I have some cinnamon. If you have some apple pie spice to put in there, go ahead and put that in there. And I have my absolute favorite, nutmeg. I'm going to sprinkle some of that in there. Put a little bit more of that in there. That's my partner. We're going to whisk that together. Self-rising flour. We have self-rising flour, 1 cup. We have about 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. I have 2 tablespoons of instant vanilla pudding in here. And I spice it up with some cinnamon and nutmeg. To that, I have 1 cup of milk. I'm going to slowly add my milk in. Okay. So we want to whisk this until we don't have any lumps in there. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but guess what? I'm still going to post it because every recipe is not good. That's what it's looking like so far. All right, let me let a little bit. That is plenty enough sugar because this pie is sweet. I am going to add just a half a top full of vanilla extract, just to get them flavors going. See where I'm going with this? We're going to take our melted butter. And we're just going to add our batter to the butter. At this point, you don't want to stir. It's just like making a peach cobbler. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but guess what? Try to make it right. So far, so good. Can you see it? Be careful with that. I'm going to put that there because I want you to see everything. We're going to take our pie. And I'm going to take a spoon. And we're going to chop this pie up. Ooh, we don't want to lose our juice now. I'm mainly going to get this inside first because it's very juicy. We're going to chop that up in there, just like so. All right, let me get a bigger spoon. Hold on. We're going to take it and lay it right on top. And at this point, with my thought process, is we're going to have a nice little crusty apple cobbler. That's my thought. So we shall see. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know. But I most definitely will let you know. Is it a yes? Or is it a no? Maybe? We don't know. Just gonna add it right in there. Not sure, but we're gonna find out together. Do not stir. I know you want to stir it so bad, because I do. So I put all of that apple pie in there. I don't know. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it in the oven and I'm gonna let it bake. I'm gonna start at 30 minutes. And we're going to see what we get. Apple pie. We turn an apple pie into apple cobbler. All right, guys. I pulled my pie from the oven. This is what our peach cobbler looks. This is what our apple cobbler looks like. And I can kind of see where I kind of went wrong a little bit here by adding too much of the apple pie within this cobbler. But we're going to see what it's hitting for. Right? I want to go in and get some of everything. That's what we're looking like. Oh! Dang it! It's hot! Alright. I'm going to give you a close-up so you can see what it looks like. All right, we're finna go in for a taste. We're gonna see what it tastes like. See that we knocked some of that sweetness off of that apple pie. It cuts like a cobbler. Still hot. That's much better. That's much better, guys. Much better. How y'all doing? Let me try some of that deal. It's hot. It's my daughter. Cinnamon. I like them apples is nice and tender. I don't like hard apples in my stuff. That's good, Mom. That really did take some of that sweetness, a lot of that sweetness away, because I was not happy with the sweetness that this pie had. That is good. So, we are winning. I'm pleased. We went from apple pie to apple cobbler. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We had a little hiccup in the kitchen. We was able to correct that hiccup by turning our apple pie into an apple cobbler, so there was no loss in our food. Don't forget to like and share and leave me some comments down below. And I'm going to see you next time right back here on Everyday Living with Simply Mercy B. Bye.